Hello, hello, hello. Should be live now. Hello, everybody. Hello. I'm assuming y'all can hear me. First stream, and haven't even had the chance to record yet since moving the office. So hopefully everybody can hear me. Hello. How's it going, everybody? Nice to see you all coming in. All right, let's get some music going here. Hello, everybody. First time catching a stream. Well, welcome to the stream. Fantastic. I'm glad you guys can hear me. Let me know if there are any audio issues at all. Like I said, new setup. Well, same equipment, new location. If I'm a little echoey, it's because I haven't had the time to install the sound panels on the walls yet. I want to get everything up and going, one thing at a time. Sound panels are next, and then the rest is decoration, so should be fairly easy from there. So I do apologize if I sound a little echoey. I can hear me echo. I don't know if you guys can. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Not echoey? Great. Alright, we're going to be working on Terraria today. And we're going to be trying to design an escape room to trap my friends in for a future video. It should be pretty interesting. Just opening up some software over here. Why can I not move? There we go. Trying to move chat, but it wouldn't let me. Mojo, thank you so much for $1.99. I really do appreciate that. So as I mentioned in a previous video and in the description of this video, I've been gone for the past month or so, house sitting while family went to some funerals and took care of family business, family emergencies, stuff like that. So I'm actually a bit short this month because I haven't been producing videos. So because of that, we're going to be streaming every day from here until the end of the month to try and earn up some money for a rent. Let me just switch the scene over here. We've actually got a little surprise for you guys. ShinoCam is working again. We have ShinoCam back. But also at the bottom of the screen there, we have a donation meter for rent. If it fills up, fantastic, then rent's covered. If not, I'll have to figure stuff out. That's on me. But if you guys are willing and able to donate, that would be fantastic. Preferably donations over super chats, because super chats go to YouTube and it'll take a month for me to get all of that, whereas donations go straight into my PayPal. I forgot to set up the bot. 1 second here. Let me just copy this. Paste that, and there we go. So now we should be able to exclamation point rent and get a little message from the bot. That should work if anybody wants to donate there. In the meantime, since we do have ShinoCam back, Shino, do you want a treat? Yes, you do. All right. It's been a long time since we've done this chat. Shino, sit down. Come here, buddy. In front of the camera. Sit. All right, chat. Let's get a good view of Shino here. Oh, there's the cute boy. I apologize for the messy decorations right now. I'll get all of that set up in a bit. Shino, wave. Say hi to chat. Good boy. Wave. Yeah, good boy. Come on. Give a good wave. Oh, sit. Wave. Come on. Good boy. Speak. Sheena, speak. Do you want a treat or not? Speak. Good boy. All right, chat. Here is a puzzle for Shino. He's going to work on that for a bit. Okay, Shino. And while he works on that, we are going to get started here in Terraria. And there we go. So, like I said, we're going to be working on designing an escape room. I have some ideas in mind because I tried throwing one together earlier last year. I don't have everything planned out, however, so I'm going to be using you guys for some inspiration and ideas. Alright, so I'm thinking about different themes for the escape room. I'm feeling maybe something sci-fi. Originally, I was going to be doing a Halloween-inspired escape room with a haunted house. That's not going to fit now because we're, you know, the other side of the year from that. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think about a theme? Futuristic, or we could do something modern. We could do something scary, just maybe not a haunted house, or we could do a haunted house. Doesn't really matter. Any ideas would be fantastic. What's my favorite block? My favorite block is probably Great or Echo Block, just for functionality. I love the way both of those function. Caleb, thank you so much for the $2. I really do appreciate it. If you guys wonder why Super Chats or new members do not increase the bar down here at the bottom, that's because that's donations only. Those will be going straight to paying rent for next month for April. If you do Super Chats or members, it takes me an additional 30 days to actually get a hold of those funds, so they won't be contributing towards the rent for next month. Robot escape. That does sound interesting. A dog escape room. I don't know how that'd work out. We could rescue Shino. That could be interesting. Rescuing Shino. Underworld dungeon. We could definitely have some underworld elements to it. Alright, let's grab a sign here. I'm going to pick out some of the ideas that pop out to me the most, and then we'll do a vote on which one we're going to do thematically, and then we'll start on some puzzles. I might not start on designing the room today, but we could start some puzzle concepts. Shino is doing really well. He's fully recovered from his hernia surgery, and well, he's solving a puzzle right now. He seems to be a happy boy. Alright, so let's see. We got Underworld. We've got Save Shino. Futuristic. What else? How do you donate without it being a super chat? There's a donation link. Exclamation point rent should provide that link. And let's see, there might be another command that does it. You could do exclamation point donate as well. Lovecraftian, that could be interesting. Oops, I don't know why my fingers typed that as Covecraftian. A little bit of dyslexia in me. Hi, Kishin. Yeah, we've got a lot of people showing up right now, which is absolutely fantastic. I love to see everybody here. Also, just in case you guys haven't heard from the videos, I'm going to be doing another channel. I've repurposed my Chaos Live channel, which used to be my Twitch stream video on demand channel. I don't stream on Twitch anymore, so that channel was not doing anything. I've rebranded it to Chaos After Dark, and some days when I'm done working and I just want to stream, I'm going to be streaming non-Terraria and non-Minecraft games over on that channel. Ironically, it's still just youtube.com/chaoslife. I haven't figured out how to change the URL just yet. Ender's Game. I do love Ender's Game, but I'm not sure if that would work for this. Maybe? I don't know. I'd want to build in a massive amount of the space biome, right? For something Ender's Game design. And space in Terraria is just so small. It's hard to get anything really chunky in there. Chaos After Dark scares you? Yeah, it's going to be pretty relaxed. It's going to be chill. I'm going to be probably a bit less professional. You might hear me swearing, just just a forewarning. But I'll be playing things like some of my old favorite Zelda games, or things like Rust or Sea of Thieves with friends, Phasmophobia, Don't Starve Together, Core Keeper, bunch of different stuff. So yeah, that channel's going to be a hobby channel. It's not going to be as consistent, but I plan to have a lot of fun with it. Caleb, thank you again for another $3. Take my money. I really do appreciate it. Mr. Saurus Rex, thank you so much for the $1.99. Do a St. Patrick's Day theme. I think that's going to be a little late. We'll put it down. But given that St. Patrick's Day is already behind us, and this is probably going to take me a month or two to build. It's going to take quite a while. So I don't know if that's going to quite fit by the time we get around to it. Planetary Escape, Underground Desert. Underground Desert could be fun, like fossils and stuff. I feel like Planetary Escape kind of fits with futuristic here. Alright, looks like Shino's done with his puzzle, so I'm going to just take that away so he doesn't chew on it. Shino, go to your pillow. Sit. Oh, good boy. Good boy. Alright. Done with the puzzle. Nuclear apocalypse. That's definitely an interesting one. Or preventing a nuclear apocalypse. Apocalypse? I don't know how to spell it. Whatever, going with that. Or preventing a nuclear meltdown. That could be fun. Steampunk. Steampunk could be good. We could also combine some of these. Like, steampunk goes really well together with Lovecraftian. Kill that unholy guide. Maybe. Maybe the guide deserves to live this time. I don't know. I don't know. So, with an escape room that's based off of bosses, that could be interesting, but I don't want to actually have any bosses in the game. We could also have boss-themed puzzles throughout any of these designs as well. The reason I don't want any bosses in the escape room is because I don't want to have to fight. It's about the puzzles, right? But the theme could be good. Alright, so let's see. This is what we've got. We've got some options here. Let's create a poll. I don't think I can do a poll for all of these, so I'm going to pick my favorites. Alright, so we're going to go with futuristic. We're going to go with steampunk, Lovecraftian. Let's add post-apocalyptic. I do like the boss themed. We'll do save Shino for the last one, I think. So we can only have 4 options. Save Shino could just be a puzzle. We don't need to make the whole theme about that, right? Alright, we'll do boss themed. Alright, there we go. We got a poll going. Those are the 4 picks that I decided on. There could be an invisible maze. I don't want people to get trapped in one. It could be interesting to have an invisible maze that uses yo-yos. So it's not like a player maze, it's a yo-yo maze. Maybe give them the Terrarian so they have unlimited yo-yo time use, and they have to wind that through an invisible maze. We'll be talking about puzzles in a little bit here. Got a lot of votes for Steampunk Lovecraftian so far. Second place is Post-Apocalypse, which is also going to be interesting. Lovecraftian could fit really well with some boss names in there, because definitely do some of the bosses. Not everyone would fit, but we don't need this to be an incredibly massive escape room. I'd like this to take maybe an hour or 2, 3 tops, very tops, to solve. And in terms of party size, I'm hoping to make this designed for 4 to 5 people. Probably no more, no less. Probably requirement of 3 players, because I'll have some puzzles in there that'll require 3-player interaction. You named your Sea of Thieves dog after Shino? So did I. That's awesome. Love post-Lovecraftian apocalypse. So that kind of fits. I'm liking the idea of pre-apocalyptic Lovecraftian steampunk style. Like, we're preventing the rise of Cthulhu or something. Now, I'll be the first one to tell you, I am not the most versed person in Lovecraft, so I'm gonna have to do a lot of research on this to design the map. But I do love the way that the theme looks, and I do like this idea. Caleb, thank you so much for another $2. Yes, Stardew Valley will probably be on the other channel. I don't know when. For nights where I'm going to be playing with other people, we'll probably be doing things like Core Keeper, Sea of Thieves, Rust, games like that. And then for days where I'm just playing by myself, I want to do some Legend of Zelda first and work through some of my older games, and then maybe Stardew Valley. We'll see. But it's definitely something that will be on the list. All right, Isaac, thank you so much for stopping by. Have a great day. All right, yeah, steampunk aesthetic is really good. People seem to like those builds in general. And I've done some Lovecraftian-inspired builds before, so it'll be interesting to go off of that. So we're going to go ahead and end the poll here. It's pretty close, but 38% steampunk Lovecraftian takes the cake. So we're gonna clear all of this out. We could just break the sign to do that, can't we? Alright, so the theme of this escape room, Lovecraftian steampunk. So I guess the main goal of this would be stop the rise of Cthulhu. I think that's how you spell it. Pet Shino. I could pet Shino. Shino. Hey, buddy. Go, boy. He's too busy cleaning himself. I am doing all right today. Thanks for asking. I've played a tiny bit of Core Keeper. I'm saving it for streaming on the channel, on the second channel. So I'm trying not to spoil too much of it. I've played probably about an hour or two, and I've only killed one boss. So not a whole lot of it. And I'm going to be starting a new world when we start that on the other stream. Hello, everybody. So in this escape room, we could have the players be explorers, maybe coming from like a steampunk submarine or airship or something. They find some Lovecraftian ruins, find out that there's a cult going on. They have to solve a bunch of puzzles to prevent the rise of Cthulhu. Could be interesting. Welcome to the stream. Help with the destroyer, how to destroy it. The Tome of Infinite Wisdom and magic gear just makes the destroyer hilariously easy in any difficulty. And right-click with the staff. Yes, Shino is a Shiba Inu. I have not done a face reveal, and I don't know if I'm planning to. We'll see. Maybe someday. Saren, thank you so much for the $50. I really do appreciate that. Hello, hello. It's been a long time since I've seen you. I hope you're doing well. Alright, so let's start talking about puzzles. I want to have different puzzles. We're not going to be building the actual map today. I don't know if I'm going to be building it on stream. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. I do want to get some puzzle ideas laid out. And the reason I don't want to build the whole map on stream is because I don't want people to have all of the puzzle solutions right here in front of them. So you guys might see the puzzles that we're designing, but you might not know the solutions to them or where they fit into the entire room. So hopefully it won't make the room too easy. But we'll just go step by step, maybe some more signs here. Is it raining right now? No, it's just overcast right now. No rain. Which is nice. It's supposed to be warming up a fair bit. Plants here are starting to bloom. Alright, so I'm going to give you guys an idea of one puzzle that I have in mind that can play into another puzzle. We'll just grab any generic wall here. So I want to do something with gem locks. It's a pretty straightforward puzzle device. It's easy to incorporate in wiring. So we could have various different gem locks around that do different things. Like we have to obtain a gem from one location and put them in another. Now, obviously, these are slotted to only accept one shape of gem, right? So obtaining the gems could be the reward, like a key for solving a puzzle, and not necessarily a part of the puzzle itself. However, I am thinking something that could be interesting is the order of which the gems float around your head could be a puzzle in and of itself, or a solution to a puzzle. Because as you see, as I grab these gems, they float in a particular order. This is always the order they're in, no matter how I arrange these, right? So I could use this in some way as a solution for a puzzle. Could be fun. So these are the kind of puzzles that I'm thinking about having. Do I want to hear puns? Sure. Puns are fun. Magic missile puzzle to get a key. Yeah. Instead of magic missile, though, I think it might be more enjoyable to use the Terrarian, because it's not going to break when it hits the edge. I think the Kraken could do it as well without the extra stuff spitting around, right? I think the Kraken has infinite use time, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Actually, Kraken would fit the theme a fair bit. Of course, there's a range to how far it could reach, but I think it's infinite use, and it won't just break when it hits something like a magic missile. I don't want it to be like you have to go through here without touching the walls kind of thing. And if I do that, I might do it with wiring instead. Yeah, Rainbow Rod is another option. So these are all kind of like the same idea here. So we're gonna clump. Let's get rid of all of this stuff right here. And let's start going off of this magic missile / rainbow rod / yo-yo puzzle and see what we can come up with for this. And we'll just dump everything into a chest and try out some concepts. Alright, so we've got either the Terrarian, the Kraken, Rainbow Rod. Magic Missile could be interesting, I suppose, if we want it to break. Alright. So the first thing that comes to mind with this would be a maze. So it could be a maze. Let's do Magic Missile. Or it could be an invisible maze. Alright, we're sticking to one thing at a time. So what else could we use the Magic Missile, Rainbow Rod, or the Kraken for? Why do I use the Pwn Hammer instead of other hammers? Actually, I carry multiple hammers on me, 2 hammers to be exact. I carry the Vortex Hammer if I need to clear out walls really quickly. But the reason I use the Pwn Hammer is because when I'm building, if I'm shaping blocks that happen to have a wall behind them like this, if I use the Vortex Hammer or a really fast hammer and I click too fast, then it's going to do something like that where it breaks the wall, right? Or if I click too slow. It ends up breaking the wall, it's just annoying. I don't have that problem with the speed of the Pwn Hammer, it's just a little bit slower. I can still go pretty much as fast as I want to click, and I have very little risk of breaking walls unintentionally. So that's why I carry 2 of those around. And then I carry this around so I could also just chop down trees real quick if I need to. Excited to see me up and running? Thank you, it's good to be here. Flame Lash, since it breaks in contact with water. That is an interesting point. Does Flame Lash break on contact with blocks? Yes, it does. But it also breaks on contact with water, which could be interesting with bubbles and holding water. I like that idea. So we're going to add the Flame Lash to the possibilities of this. Or we could even go through, we could have one kind of maze situation set up where you're able to go through it with one of these devices, but you have to obtain another one in order to progress further. So like we start with the Flame Lash, but there's a wall of water at the end of it. You can't get through that until you get the Rainbow Rod. That could be pretty interesting. I like that idea. So we got that. If you go through lava first and then water, it doesn't break. I'm going to have to test that out. I didn't know that was a thing. Alright, so we'll have some lava there. And we might as well test some honey too. Why not? Happy Days, thank you so much for the $20. I really do appreciate it. Alright, so let's see here. Let's grab bucket. I wish there was an infinite honey bucket. That'd be nice. So we'll just throw some of these in here. Throw some of those in there. And water. Alright. Flame lash. So you say if we go through lava first, it still breaks on water. And it still breaks on honey. I don't know what you're talking about there, Cushion. I can go through lava, but the second I touch the water, it no go. How long is Sheena going to do that? I don't know. He's very particular about his cleanliness. Flying knife. We could try the flying knife. I don't know if it's going to be much different than what we've already got. Because it's a bit hard to control because of all the wiggly waggly. I don't know. It could be interesting. It's definitely more interesting to look at. Let's see if how much of a space all of these can fit into. So let's create a bit of a gap here. And we'll start off with 3, 2, and then 1. Alright, so let's grab this. Alright, that can fit all the way into a 1 block gap, regardless of the bounciness. I don't know, I think it's just a little too wild for me, though. It's all over the place and not very precise. This will, I believe, fit into a 1 block gap, yeah, as long as you don't hit the wall. We are designing an escape room, so far what we've come up with is we've got the theme, which is going to be Lovecraftian steampunk. We're going to be stopping the rise of Cthulhu. The players will be exploring ruins. And then we're designing puzzles. So right now we're working on a puzzle that will use either a yo-yo, magic missile, rainbow rod, flame lash, or something like that. A maze with the flying knife just sounds more frustrating than anything. Because it'll end up going down paths that you don't want it to. I don't want this to be frustrating to be difficult. I want it to be mentally challenging. And the randomness of the flying knife is just going to make it go down tunnels that you're not intending to. So it's kind of just making a maze more difficult, but not in a fun way, I don't think. Dirt rod could be interesting. I've not played around too much with it, so let's grab one and take a look. We're gonna need some dirt. So will this just break the set? Oh, no, we can't really do much with the dirt rod because it literally travels through blocks. So I feel like that's going to be too powerful for anything that we have in mind. And also you can't place the dirt on the bottom side of a block, which really limits its potential. Yeah, I don't know. I like the idea of dirt block, but it just feels like it might be too powerful. How long will it take? I don't know. Probably a few months to design and build. How long am I going to be streaming today? Probably about 2 or 3 hours. Maybe 4 if things go well. I might not even be doing this the entire time. We might switch over to the hippie Let's Play that I'm recording on and do some exploration and stuff that I'd normally do off camera. Can you activate a teal pressure pad with the dirt? Let's find out. I don't think you can, because weapons that go through blocks typically ignore teal pressure pads, but let's grab some of those, place down some dirt. Oh, they can. Interesting. That's really interesting, because normally projectiles that go through blocks ignore pressure plates. Okay. I still don't know how I feel about the fact that it just goes through blocks, though. It could be handy for something. Could be handy for something, but not for a maze, obviously, because you just go straight to the end. I love my dog, too. Thank you. Tino, you want something to chew on? Here, take this. No? He's just cleaning himself right now. He's probably got to go to the groomer soon. He goes once a month, and I think it's getting close to that time. Might be a fun Easter egg after the puzzles. No, Kishin, puzzles. Puzzles are what we do escape room for, not Easter eggs. Put the guide in the escape room, if you know what I mean. You know, it could be interesting to have an escape room where you can opt to kill the guide or save the guide, and depending on what you choose to do as a group will change the outcome of the escape room. I do like that idea. I'm gonna write that down. We're just gonna put that down over here. Alternative ideas. I cannot type today. There we go. When I finish it, I get to pet Chino. I can pet Chino whenever I want. Make it a voting system. I do think that saving the guide or killing him will have to be one or more than one player decision, just so one player doesn't do it accidentally. It'll have to happen on purpose, and I'll throw some dialogue in there to make sure that they know I mean you, Kyushin, you're going to be playing this. You're going to be one of the friends that I'm locking in an escape room. My hatred towards the guide is contagious. Yes, it is. The guide deserves it. Except for the hippie Let's Play, he could survive there. Have them fight a boss? Nah, I'm not going to do any boss fights in this. I want this to be puzzle-based, not combat-based. Okay, so let's go ahead and design a maze. Just a small one that we could use some concept testing on, because there are some ideas that I've got right now that could be interesting. A maze that changes as you progress through it. A maze that requires different tools. You'll have to go through it multiple times. An invisible maze where we use Echo Block, and maybe you have to locate Spectre goggles. Alright, so if we do... I guess the easiest way to design a maze is just to make a grid, right? Alright, we'll have a nice lunch, dinner, or whatever you're going to be having. You're gonna go work at an escape room? That's pretty epic, honestly. I love escape rooms. I haven't done a whole lot of them, but all the ones that I've done have been a blast. And I imagine that designing or even just working at one would be pretty fun. Alright, so the reason I like doing this kind of thing for designing mazes is it just means that I know all the tunnel sizes are going to be the exact same size. I could visualize where things are going to be, and all I have to do is place blocks or break blocks to get the pathways opened up. And this won't be the maze that goes in. This is just a really, really simple trial and error kind of thing. So we could have an exit over there, an entrance over here, but also maybe have an exit over here that has bubbles with water. So that way, if we're solving this maze with a flame lash, we won't be able to go through this section of the maze unless we upgrade out of the flame lash. So that way, this maze gets a bit more use out of it. It'd be once to get through here with the flame lash, and then once you obtain another one, get through over here with maybe the rainbow rod or the kraken or something. Where'd Sheena go? It's just sitting right next to me. This is not going to be the most complex maze in the world because of the extremely limited space. But it's just proof of concept, right? That's what we're doing here. A little tip for designing mazes is to try and have a loop in them. If you have a loop in your maze, it makes it a little bit more difficult to solve. So this would be an extremely easy version of the maze, but they'd be going through here with flame lash, and I make everything too wide because I don't want to just make it frustrating to solve and you just hit a block and you have to go super slow. And then the flame lash would not be able to solve this half of the maze, and you'd have to grab a rainbow rod to do that, or even just the arcane missile, I guess, or the magic missile. Why am I just typing magic? That's lazy and didn't get me what I want. Here we go. So this same thing, it's gonna break, but it will be able to go through the water, I believe. If I could mouse myself. Okay, yeah. So I like this concept of having the magic missile and the flame lash. I do like that. Let's just try the flying knife in here to see how much of a pain in the butt it'd be to actually get through a maze with this. See, I can't even get in the entrance very easily. I feel like this is just gonna be too much of a headache to actually solve. Yeah, it's making it difficult for control reasons, not because the puzzle's difficult. So we're not going to go with the flying knife in this instance. Magic missile, I do think will be okay. Thinking about rainbow rod, they're pretty much the same thing. Rainbow rod is a lot quieter, though, so maybe I'll take that into mind because magic missile's really loud and annoying, so we're gonna just go ahead and get rid of that. The kraken, the big issue with the kraken would be the limited reach, so the puzzles would have to be extremely small. Although that adds another factor. We could parkour with the kraken while you solve the maze. That could add an entirely another layer to the maze. You have to worry about where the kraken is, but you also have to worry about where you are. So what do you guys think about that? I kind of like that idea. Guide the guide through a maze with the ice rod. So I don't like working with Terraria NPCs. I tried it with Harbinger. I made it work with Harbinger, but they are a pain in the butt to try to move from one location to another, guiding them around, because they're always trying to get back to their spawn point at all times. So the further away from that they go, the more they're going to try to get back. So that means the only way you could really guide them around, like say the guide, he wants to stand here. He'll wander around a fair bit, like 50 blocks that way, 50 blocks that way, which is pretty much as far as you're going to be able to guide him. Because if he goes any further than that, he just tries to go back, and then he'll go like 10 blocks this way, but just stop, and then 10 blocks that way and just stop. It's a horrible pain in the butt to deal with. That said, something that's a lot easier to guide is critters, because they just run typically in one direction. So we could have like I've done things like squirrel mazes or mice mazes in the past, so we could do something like that, where we have to guide a mouse through a maze by flipping switches that change the maze to help us out. I'm not sure that the flying ones would be so good. The enemies might work, so if we have like a hoplite, because they're going to try to chase you, so you could guide them by changing your position as well. A maze, but there are pressure plates scattered around it. You have to power all of the plates to solve the maze. That could be another part to this. So there could be a clear exit there, but there could be another part where you have to go through here and hit all the pressure plates as well. I do like that idea. All right, so we got that too. You have one player with goggles has to guide the other through a maze. Yeah, we could do that. Or we could also have an invisible maze where the solution to the maze is written on a wall somewhere discreetly. Just like painted lines or something. Could be good. We would want these mazes, invisible mazes. The frustrating thing about invisible mazes is that if you're stuck in them, they're hard to get out. So we'd either want to give them a magic mirror, or have some way that the maze kills them for going through a dead end. Yeah, we should be able to guide a zombie as long as it's nighttime. That's why I'm thinking hoplite might be better. So if I grab a switch and we test this out real quick, we're gonna have to just... maybe we'll build a new section for it, because hoplites are 3 blocks tall. So if we have an area for us to walk through, and we have just a small rudimentary thing for hoplites, we'll just see. I don't think they could jump that high. Maybe we'll try it out. I should be able to guide a hoplite to the end of this. I don't know that zombie will chase you during the daytime, even if it's spawned from a statue. I'm not sure if it uses a different AI when it's spawned from a statue. But if it doesn't, then it's just going to try to run away in the daytime. And that's not going to be any help. Alright, so you're trying to follow me. If I go over here, you'll follow me over here. If I go over here, you'll follow me over here. And we could have something like... oh yeah, I can make that jump. So that's about as high as we can get them to jump, but we could also do things where I have to stand on a pressure plate, or another player has to stand on a pressure plate to get them up even higher, or get them down even lower. So I do like this idea as well. This is actually pretty reminiscent of something you have to do in Legend of Zelda, which is nice. Hello, Vryle. Hello, KO. Kama. What did you miss? We are currently working on designing an escape room, and I'm also trying to pay rent. So if you type !rent, and if anybody's able to help out with donations, that would be absolutely fantastic. Yes, Link is the princess in Legend of Zelda, duh. Alright, so we got 2 different kinds of mazes here. I don't want the escape room to be entirely mazes, of course. That would be kind of boring. Alright, so probably limit mazes to that. Let's just do, just so I can visualize what I want to do with this. Let's do a section right here with just some other block as like a doorway, and then we could have these. So hitting these pressure plates would, maybe in a specific order even, would open this and allow you to get to the third exit of this maze. Could be good. Does the command rent not work? I actually can't see if it pops up or not. $4 a.m. You should probably get some sleep. I know I can't operate if I stay up to 4 a.m. It doesn't work. Let's try donate. Let me double check that I'm using the right Nightbot too. It should be this channel. The escape room is so far so good. We got a couple of interesting maze kind of guiding ideas going. Is Nightbot just not working? It's entirely possible. Here, I'll just copy the link for you guys then. Alright, that's the donation link. And I'll throw that into the stream's description as well. There we go. So we have a link in the description now. Thanks for letting me know, guys. Alright, so I'm thinking Flame Lash will actually be best here. I do like the idea of having a parkour aspect for the yo-yo, though. I don't like the Terrarian's projectile, so definitely be the Kraken. Alright, so let's see. Let's write that idea down too so I don't forget. So I do like the idea of having a maze that we have to go through multiple times in different ways. It saves space, and I think it's fantastic. And maybe there's some red herrings in here too. Maybe there are exits that you don't want to take. It's not in the description. I just updated, so it might take a little bit to actually pop up there. Corpse, thank you so much for becoming a member. 4 months in a row. I really do appreciate it. Try to find the hidden lever. Yes, that's definitely something every escape room needs. So we're going to have to do that. Alright, well, thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a great day. Alright, so we've got a maze that we could do 3 different ways, with a yo-yo and parkour, hitting, or I guess 4 different ways, hitting the switches to open up an exit, maybe a secret exit, flame lash to go through the main way, arcane missile or rainbow rod to go through the water. I'm liking that. That's one puzzle done and done. Guiding the NPC is another puzzle, which I think is going to work very, very well. Let's grab announcement box here, put this down, guide the enemy. We could use parkour, multiple players. Mojo, thank you so much for the $3 donation. He says, keep up the good work. Apparently my name isn't an acceptable username. What? I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, so guiding the enemy. We could do parkour, multiple players. We could do lava pits to kill the enemy and then have to respawn it. What else? What else could we do with guiding the enemy? Obviously, we want it to reach the end to trigger a pressure plate, so that's pretty straightforward. We could use hoik with these enemies. You can definitely hoik them. Any other ideas on what we could do with guiding an enemy around? Did I miss a donation? No, I've thanked everybody that's donated so far. Yeah, I see the full messages anytime anybody makes a donation or a super chat or anything of that sort. Sorry, I whacked my mic, so you might have heard that. I like to talk with my hands. I do see the full message, even if you guys don't. Don't worry about that. Megan, thank you so much for the $5. I really do appreciate it. Love the channel. I'm glad that you do. Can you pin a comment in the live stream on YouTube? I've actually never tried that before. And how would I even go about doing that? Let's see. There, we'll pin Ryle's message. Thank you for that very well structured message, Ryle. I really do appreciate that. Saren, thank you so much for becoming a member. Thank you, thank you. I do appreciate it. Ellen Duel, thank you so much for the $15 donation. Hope this helps. I've been watching for a long time and hope you're doing well. I am doing a lot better. This year has been a lot kinder to me than the last year was, so thank you. Thank you. And if you guys do want to become members, there are emotes and you get that fancy little icon next to your name as well. Yeah, so the channel's taken off again. It's looking good. I finally made the algorithm slightly less annoyed with me. Hey, Kyushin, are you working today? I want to kind of test a concept with these guys. Do they chase one player or do they chase the nearest player? Okay, you are working today. All right, never mind. We could test that later. I'm curious to know if they'll chase me, chase multiple players, or just chase whoever has the highest aggro. So we could use accessories to determine who they're trying to follow. Obviously, if we stand at a dead end for too long, they just kind of go out on their own, though. Gargantuan Muscles, thank you so much for the $3. Fantastic stuff. I really do appreciate it. Legion, thank you so much for the $30. You guys are very generous. I really, really thank you. All right, so I want to have something that I've done in Harbinger, but I love the way that it works. So I'm just going to redesign it here. But what we're going to do is grab weighted pressure plates. And we're going to guide this NPC over a gap. I'm just going to block him off for now. We're going to do that. And just so he can't jump out of there, we're going to increase the depth of that. And this would probably end up being filled with lava in the end. but if we just throw some actuators down here, we just grab some weighted pressure plates, then line the top or bottom, really, doesn't matter, with these, and hook them up to the actuators directly below, just 1-to-1. Nothing complicated here at all. And then I'll actuate the row of blocks. All right. And maybe just for a spot of fairness for our little friend here, we'll give him a way of getting up here. Open this up, and now we have a very simple bridge creation where we have to walk the NPC across safely. Very simple, but I think it's kind of fun. We could even make this a little bit more complicated where some of these are up here, some of them are down here. Player 1 has to do the top half, player 2 has to do the bottom half. Could get pretty complicated with that. Your brain's already fried. It's just single wires. So every time we step on a weighted pressure plate, it'll actuate a block below it. Every time we step off, it'll deactivate it. So it's just a matter of walking the same pace as the NPC. Talon, thank you so much for the $20. Thanks for teaching me how to make real buildings. You are welcome. I'm glad you've enjoyed the guides. You really like the skin. How do I make it? It's pretty complicated. No, it's not complicated. It's just a jumble. It's not really a set. So I use gems, leggings for that little cape thing in the back. And I just use vortex plating for the top. The helmet is a spooky helm. I'm not currently wearing a spooky helm because I have a texture pack that changes the magma skull into a spooky helm. The reason I do stuff like that is so I could, like, Santa. Let's do Santa. There. I could do things like this where I put a hat on top of it. So that's how you could see, like, in my videos, you'll see me wearing a hat or a beard, even. So I can grab a beard and put that on, and that's going to be on top of the spooky helm. So that's why I have that texture pack replacing the magma skull with the spooky helm. So I could just throw other accessories on top of the head. But if you're just looking at designing it, it's spooky helm. And that's pretty much it. You rise your spell, and then the wings are just Jim's wings. The Ender Tom, thank you so much for the $1 donation. The best Terraria player. Definitely not the best Terraria player by any means. Not even the best builder. But I do appreciate the donation and the compliment. And I'm glad to have you here live as well. The Hoplites Javelin will trigger a pressure plate, I believe. I don't see why it wouldn't. So let's just line this right here. Here, throw something at me, buddy. Hey, come down here. Come down here. Come down here. Alright, well, he wants to throw him here. Let's see. Alright, yeah, so I don't know if you guys can hear that. I could just do this so you could visualize it. I think he's hitting more than one pressure plate. I didn't mean to kill you, I promise. Throw it higher. Throw it higher. Throw it lower. Right here. Okay, that is interesting. Did I miss? Oh, I missed. I'm just dumb. Never mind. Alright. Lower. There we go. So when he does hit it, you can see that we actually have his projectile triggering the pressure plate. Planet Earth, thank you so much for the $5 Canadian super chat. I really do appreciate it. having a circle arena filled with walls with a spider inside to touch multiple plates in different areas, and you can walk around it and lead it. That is a really interesting escort idea, actually. Let's get rid of the hoplite. Maybe not a circle per se, because I can't put pressure plates on the sides or the top of blocks like I can with these because they're teal pressure pads, but teal pressure pads are only triggered by projectiles. NPCs only trigger red, gray, and yellow pressure plates, I believe. Let's see. Oops. Enemy. No, it doesn't say in the description. Let's see. Pressure plate. When stepped on, so they trigger a red one, a green one, a yellow one, gray, brown. But I can't put any of those pressure plates on walls or the ceiling. But I do like the idea of having the spider because that opens up a whole new avenue of possibilities. It's the recluse, right? No? Which statue spawns the spider? Which spider is spawned from the statue? Oh, here it is. Wall creeper. You need a wider area. Are you 3 blocks wide or 4 blocks wide? You're 4 blocks wide, okay. But this is something completely different because we can have background walls now. Oh, we've already got some. Which they'll be able to walk on. Oh, will they not climb them? Okay, so they'll climb them, but they have to climb from the bottom. They won't fall or jump into a climb. That is interesting. I didn't know that. So while they can climb a wall, they have to climb from a block, and they can't climb from midair. Interesting, interesting. I really, really like the idea of guiding wall creepers, though. Definitely adding that. Pets trigger teal pressure plates. Yes, they do. For whatever reason, they're counted as projectiles. Why do I have the guide voodoo doll equipped? I have no idea why I could possibly have the guide voodoo doll equipped. None whatsoever. Why would I ever have the guide voodoo doll equipped? Yeah, that's why I wear a guide voodoo doll. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad you're enjoying the videos. Thank you. I could use the rainbow route to go through a 1-block gap, but the problem with that is it doesn't restrict anybody from going through a 1-block gap with the flame lash. So, just quick example here. It would be annoying, but not impossible, to get the flame lash through the 1-block gap. So if I go up here, you see, it's a pain in the butt, but still solvable. So this 1-block gap wouldn't require the magic missile or the rainbow rod. The rainbow rod would just make it easier. So I don't know if that's something to do. Maybe it is. I mean, it's doable. It's just irritating. And obviously, if I zoom in more, it'd be even easier. Let's see. How hard would it be? Of course, my hand is like shaky. I could make it incredibly long and frustrating, but then people might just think they're supposed to do with the flame lash and spend a whole lot of time trying to get that through there, and it might just end up wasting their time. I do want everything to be on a timer, a countdown, so they have to get stuff solved in time. I'll keep that written down, but I don't know if I'll go with it. I do like the idea, but it'd be better if the flame lash couldn't fit into a 1 block gap. Roklum, thank you so much for the $5, helping as I can. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you so much for your donation. Every bit helps. Seriously, every little bit does help. Do I play Minecraft often? Not at the moment, but I will be starting April. We're going to be starting a whole new Let's Play series for Minecraft on the main channel. So there will be a lot of Minecraft coming in the future. This guy is really... Actually, this is interesting. So he won't jump up. Even though he could jump up this space, he won't. He always prioritizes wall climbing before jumping. So this is also good to know. I could just flat out have... I could have multiple NPCs for this guiding puzzle. The hoplite would be able to get up here, but the wall creeper would not, because it's trying to climb the wall and not jump. Whereas if it climbs over here, I don't know if I need walls right here, maybe, to make that work. There we go. It does not jump. Wait, you just jumped that high. Jump over here. Come over here. Come on. It's not that complicated. Now jump. 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 Why do you do your big jump that way? Do your big jump this way. But you guys get the point. So the wall creeper prioritizes that wall climb over its jump. So I could actually have a way to distinguish which enemies can go through and which can't. And maybe I'll just have a whole bunch of enemies and you have to find out the solution to which one to actually guide. I like that idea. Let's see. All right, let's just write that down real quick. Stand on the pressure plate when it does its big jump. Yeah, that could be a part of the solution. Timing solutions are totally acceptable. Let's give him a little bit more wall to climb there. For 5. So he does 5 small jumps before a big one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that was 4. Maybe it's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I blocked him that time. 3, 4. It could work. It might be pretty difficult, but it could work. Yeah, I think I gotta keep running if I do. But that could be something that we do. How hard would the diagonal parts on Flame Lash be? I believe the Flame Lash still breaks on a diagonal. Yeah, so I'm not sure what you mean. If we did something like this is what you're asking, that should be the equivalent of a 1 block gap. I think it's a little bigger than 1 block gap, but it's no harder than going through 1 block gap itself would be. Where is Shino? Let's see. Shino's just chilling out over here. Oh, there's my computer. Alright, Shino, go to your pillow. Good boy. There you guys go. It's a little blurry right now. I don't know why the camera's not picking him up. Okay, so yeah, this is really, really good. NPC escorting. We've got lots of different options there. I'm really liking that. Sheena's invisibility potion wore off. Here's the laying down, so let's give you guys a little bit of a better angle. Alright, what else could we do with NPCs? Let's take a look at the statues. We've got bats. Bats could fly and reach areas. Obviously we could do the same thing with harpies, but bats could be interesting because they're smaller. The knockback from the slap hands, none too great. It's good, but it's not as hilariously good as I would like it to be. So if I tried on this wall creeper, see, it doesn't go all that far. It still does a fair bit of damage too. I think that's mostly because of the wall, though. Let's try that without the wall. Let's grab the hoplite again, actually. Alright, hoplite over here. Let's see how far back you get knocked. Step over here. Step over here. Okay, that is pretty far. They take a fair bit of damage. My biggest concern with that is killing the players. I don't know how many things I want killing players, but that is a possibility. We could add that to the list. Maybe you need the slap hand to knock them into the puzzle. Could be interesting. So it just like spits out a hoplite and you have to knock it into an area where you can then guide it. Can you spawn a snowflakes with the statue? Not really, so that would be... I want stuff that I can absolutely get to spawn, and I want to prevent all other spawnings, so snowflakes probably not going to happen. Although snowflakes bowling does sound hilarious. Yes, you can make one-way walls using hoiks. Very, very easy. What Minecraft mod is this? I do wish that we had the ability to spawn every enemy. That would be absolutely fantastic. Okay, so I think that's pretty good for NPC guiding for now. Another puzzle that we could do is just water-based, probably. Maybe not water because of liquid duplication, but it could be a visual similar thing to water. But if we have... I don't know, how would I do a puzzle with water without duplicating the liquids? I don't know, I have to think about that. But if we have several containers here, and they have pumps in them, we could say have liquid filled in one, these two empty, and you have to find a way of getting equal portions in them, and that could easily be done with pumps and the sensors. So sensor, not detector. So liquid sensors. The only problem with this kind of thing is the fact that water duplicates itself. I do wish there was a limitless honey bucket and a honey sponge as well, yeah. Limiting the player's mana and making them cross something with an ice rod. Maybe. That sounds more like a... I don't mind having some parkour in the escape room because obviously Terraria and parkour go hand in hand, but I don't want to make it too parkour heavy. Well, why not duplicate the liquids? Well, if I'm just going to pump back and forth, I'm trying to get a specific amount of water in each of these, then eventually they're just going to end up full up to the top pump, and there's no real way to get rid of the water unless I make another one where we just either reset them and it just drains the water out completely, or anytime you drain water it goes into one that maybe has like a chest with some lava in it. That would get rid of the water because of the way that lava and chests work. It just deletes the water. But that might make the puzzle too simple. If we just have like overflow that goes into that, it might make it a little too simplistic. I'm not sure. I'll think about that. If you make the floor out of the grates, you can use the chest. Yeah, to get rid of the water. Yeah. What about a chest that blends with the water's color? The chest won't really do anything. So if I have a chest with lava in it, the water tries to turn the lava into obsidian, thus deleting the water. But since there's a chest there, the obsidian can't form. It just deletes the water. But if we were to do that the other way around, it doesn't work quite the way that you think. So let's just grab that. Let's do... We'll need a water sponge too. So if this chest had water in there, and then we were to dump lava on top of that, it just sits there. You know, it's not deleting the water because it's lava on top. It's not trying to create obsidian here. Well, it's trying to create obsidian here and convert these blocks into obsidian, but the chest is there. But it's not deleting the lava because in obsidian creation, the lava never gets deleted. So that's a way to have lava on top of water, but it's not a way to delete the lava. Yes, I did do the lava technique with Chippy's World because he was playing on Overhaul mod, I think, and it was just constantly raining. So what I did was, you could do the same trick, not just with chests, you can do it with minecarts or actuated blocks. So that's what I ended up doing for his base. Jazzman, thank you for the 1999 super chat. I really do appreciate it. That said, if you guys are making donations for the rent, super chat doesn't actually go towards the April's rent because April is coming up right away, and the super chats go through YouTube, which takes an extra 30 days for me to get the funds. So if you guys want to donate towards the rent and help fill up that meter down there, you do have to use the donation link that is pinned in the... It's in the description and the pinned comment as well. And I think I still have it saved right there. Yeah, I do. But thank you, Jasmine. I really do appreciate it. Alright, so we will be doing liquids. We could... Actually, we could do something with this lava and water mechanic, now that I think about it. If we have lava sensors here, and we have maybe just one lava sensor even, and we have like a single use of lava, doing that won't help us. But if we were to set it up in a way where you have to first place water and then you place lava. I did that too high. Sponge. There we go. That would trigger the pressure plate. It would take a lot of fine tuning. And again, my concern with a puzzle like this would be liquid duplication. Let's see if we fill this up with sensors. I want to know how honey interacts. I don't think I've ever tested honey. So let's just grab these. We're going to have to get rid of that to place the sensor there. Whatever. Any sensors for now. So if we do bucket, we have lava here, and then we do honey on top of that. Okay, so the lava deletes the honey. I guess I should have figured that would happen. That's pretty obvious, but if it's the other way around, does that mean the water deletes? The water does not delete the honey, and the honey should not delete the lava. So we could do layering liquids in a specific way. If you do it the wrong order, they'll delete the other liquids, but if you do it in the right order, you get the solution. Could be a very good idea to do it that way. I like that. I really like that puzzle idea. Yeah. You could still pump it to a different area of the map, or we could just build this entire thing out of grate, and if you want to reset, you just pull the grate and it dumps the liquid out. As long as we fill the area with actuated blocks, the lava, honey, and water mixing will not actually create any blocks to break the system. It'll just delete the honey and delete the water. But if we have pretty much bottomless sources of water, honey, and lava, that won't be a problem. Jazzman, thank you so much for the $19.99 donation, and Draconic Lord, thank you for the $10 donation. I heard jumping in lava is good for one's health. Absolutely, especially if it's followed by honey and water. Alright, I really like this puzzle idea. I need a new announcement box for this particular puzzle. Now let's just extend this. Where's my plating? I don't know why I care about copper plating, but I do. Let's extend that out to here. Alright. Puzzle where you have to layer liquids in the proper order. I really like that idea. Shino is, well, he was napping till I said his name, so that's why he was looking away. He's not always gonna look at the camera, guys. Come on, chat, be reasonable. Use the pumps to make a bridge. Yes, absolutely, that's a possibility. We could do lava plus honey or water to create bridge. Absolutely a possibility. I saved that, right? I did. Okay. It reminds you of those mobile game ads. Oh yeah, yeah. Here, we need a pile of gold. How are you gonna get the gold? Are you? You just need a big enemy over here, pile of gold, and fill this up with lava. I think Chippy put out a video that was like that once. We could have actually built that in the game. One of the puzzles could be flooding a room. So yeah, actually, using water levels to that opens up a whole lot of possibilities with accessories as well. God Eating Crayon, thank you so much for the $10. Are you participating, or am I a practitioner of black magic because my voice is bewitching? Definitely not. I actually hate my voice, to be perfectly honest with you. But thank you so much for helping out. Chest. So there are a lot of accessories. Let's just clear our inventory. I wish Journey Mode had a clear all button that would clear everything except for your favorited items. That'd be a very nice feature. But let's see. All the accessories that can interact with water. There's the inner tube. There's flippers. Diving gear, or any of the versions of the diving gear. Oops, I don't mean to do that. What else? Well, frog legs, but they work like the flipper. So that's kind of just an offshoot of the same thing of the frog gear, I guess. What else could we do accessory-wise? I know there are accessories that the jellyfish necklace will allow you to see in the dark while you're underwater. So it could be a completely pitch black room, but if you're in the water, you could see. Neptune shell, yeah, that functions kind of like the diving gear, but we could add stuff like that. It's kind of a more powerful version of the diving gear and the flipper and stuff, right? Breathing reed, yeah, that's same line there. Except you would have to have an air tube at the top, so maybe it's a little better too, for puzzling stuff. So, you know, diving helmets, same sort of concept there. How does the grab potion work in water? I've never actually, instead of the potion, let's grab the globe. I've never actually tried out the gravity globe in water before, so let's see. So if we go down here... so we do still move at the same speed. Alright, so the water still slows you down. Okay, that could be interesting. Gravity globe it would have a lot of applications. I'd have to implement something like gravity potions or the gravity globe very, very carefully, because that could break a lot of puzzles by giving you access. It would have to be one of the last things that you obtain. But I do like it. I do like it. A flamingo mount, you're right. That does work. I think that works like the inner tube. That's one of the whistles. Mollusk whistle, I believe. Yeah. So that's along these lines. These are like the same thing. These are basically the same thing. We could even climb waterfalls if enough water is coming down. So if we have enough pumps producing liquids at a time, you'll be able to climb the waterfall. It might cause a little bit of lag. I don't know. I'd have to experiment around with it. Not on my computer, but I'm worried about some of the other weaker end computers. Yeah, the turtle does give you speed. And there's also the mine carp. What's the turtle mount called? Oh, hardy saddle. And minecart. So those will also give you some speed in water. One would be on tracks, so that might be a little bit better. Actuation rods for disabling hidden doors is probably not going to happen, just because that would give them the ability to see where all actuators are. And I'm going to be using actuators for locked doors and stuff like that, and I don't want people solving the puzzle to just have that ability to just turn them off on their own without wiring. So actuation rod's a little too powerful. Same reason I'm not going to give them a grand design, so they don't see the wiring of the map. Okay, the lava shark mount does work in water. Is it the same speed as it is in lava? Superheated blood, right? No? What is it? Something blood. Oh, it's one word. That's why. Okay. Cool. So, we've got 3 means of speed boosts in water. Yeah, we could do wet rockets, dry rockets. Or grenades, or... Let's just do rocket. That's definitely a possibility. We just need to make sure that they're given in such a way that players can't use them to break anything else in other sections of the map. Yeah, that would be my biggest concern. It would be easy to mess things up. And then there's the limited amount as well. I don't want to... I like the idea of them. Dry rockets will probably be better than wet. We'll put them in there tentatively. If I feel like I could design it without wet rockets destroying anything else progression-wise, then maybe. The Fishron mount is another one, yeah. It's this guy, right? No, it's not that guy. This one. Okay. Couldn't remember. Like, scaly truffle, shrimpy truffle. Static hook for a puzzle? Maybe. The static hook is a little weird in how it functions, so let's just throw that on. So you can only move in one direction, right? It could be interesting. I could think about something like this. I don't want it to be parkour per se. I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll definitely put that on the maybe list if we could design some puzzles around it. Currently thinking about liquid puzzles though. Guess the liquid order or wait to open the door. Yeah, that's kind of similar to what we've got going over here. Or getting like the right amounts. We could... Yeah, I'll just write that down actually. We'll have liquid amounts required written elsewhere. So they have to locate that before they'll be able to solve the liquid weights. Anti-gravity hook. That could be very interesting. It's like the opposite, right? So if we combine that... Can I just... No. So it'd be kind of annoying to do, but we could combine the two in a way. Oh god, you could literally just use the two at the same time, but they don't really work. Like, I try to move near the other one, the anti-gravity hook prevents it. Interesting. I like the anti-gravity hook more for puzzle solving, just because I could do things like they have to move around a perfect circle and trigger pressure plates or stuff like that. Could be interesting. Did I save the last puzzle? Possibly? Yeah, I did. I think. Looks like I did. Winter Math, thank you so much for a $40 donation. That's huge. Really, thank you. Been looking for a while. Thanks for the fun videos. Keep it up. I'm glad you've been enjoying the content, and thank you so much for such a big donation. I really do appreciate it. Underwater parkour. Yeah, like I said, I want to keep this as minimal parkour as necessary. I want to do focus on puzzles. Puzzles, good. Parkour, okay. Boss fight's bad. Would I have to play a max zoom? No. I'll encourage players to change their zoom throughout. So zooming in on some puzzles will help. Zooming out on some puzzles will help. I do like the idea of them having the freedom to do whatever they want with their camera to help them. Use the static hook to move the blocks, like pull and push up. I'm not quite sure what you mean. I mean, yeah, that's how the static hook works, but I'm not sure how this would be useful in a puzzle. I'm not picturing a puzzle with this right now. I want to, but I'm not. Other than dodging traps, but that doesn't really seem more of a puzzle. That's just more of like a mini game kind of thing. I mean, there could be another maze where the maze is filled with like spikes and you have to go through it like this, but that's just more mazes, and we already have a really interesting maze idea right here already. Underwater stuff with a breathing reed and trident. Yep, we've already got a whole bunch of underwater stuff over here. Static hook to travel in a perfect horizontal line. The only difficult thing about that is if I'm going to require a perfect line, it requires a perfect angle. See, like this one, as close as this is, I am moving upwards right now. I guess we could guide that with blocks. I believe just having some blocks here would correct it eventually. I don't know if it would permanently sort it out. It looks like I was pretty close to just straight on there anyway, but if they get it slightly wrong, then it kind of, you know, changes it. I'm not sure. It could be. It's a possibility. I want to think of a really interesting way of using the static hook in a puzzle if I'm going to use it. Have a hook on a block on the wall. Yeah, I could combine the hooks with liquid stuff for sure. It's staying in midair for navigating the enemy. Yeah, that's another potential use. So we'll have... Let's add a chest down here with items of potential interest, and we'll add both of the hooks in here. Let's just rename this so we know. We'll just do that. Portal gun. Yeah, I'm absolutely going to be having portal stations, probably more than the portal gun itself, because that would give them a little too much freedom to do what they want, and they would be able to break other puzzles with a portal gun. But the portal station, absolutely going to be using that. I could overuse anti-portal blocks, and there are ways to, like I did it in Harbinger, make most of the map portal proof. It just kind of messes with the aesthetic, especially if I'm going for specifically steampunk Lovecraftian aesthetic. That's going to kind of hurt my capabilities. Gravity globe is definitely going to be added in there. I need to put that in the chest, thank you. I don't know if I'll be using it just because it's so dang powerful and they could break other puzzles with it, but we'll see. Bye, Shino. Let's see. I think he's just chilling out over there right now. Portals do not transport liquids. I really wish they did. It would be so good. Liquids, projectiles, enemies. It doesn't do any of those things, but if it did, it would be so good. Fish in a blood moon. To get an enemy to bounce on. I don't know about fishing in a blood moon to get an enemy to bounce on with a slimy saddle. If I'm going to do something like that, I think it'd be more fun to have dripplers that I could spawn from statues. Let's grab slimy saddle. Let's make a new puzzle area right over here. Zion, thank you so much for the $3.95 for the dog. Yeah, he's a good boy. I love Shino, he's so good. He's very patient with my streaming and video creation. After this, we're definitely going to treat him at the dog park. We need a switch. And we're gonna wire all of this on up. So if we're daytime, oh, they changed it. That must have changed to 1.4. Okay, so they have new AI during daytime where they've run away. It used to be the case where if you spawned them in the daytime, they would just hover above the statue. And I was thinking at that point, we could get on the saddle and jump from one to the next to the next. But they don't do that anymore. There aren't any other enemies that really just stand around either. First stream, I'm glad he made it. And yeah, the Shino Cam is finally back. He broke the last two webcams. Sharks, I think they flop around, or will they stand there? Let's see. Oop. Easy enough to find out. Oh, they do just sit there. So we could do something where you parkour across sharks. I liked the idea of dripplers because they're floating in the air. And that would allow me to set things up maybe using T-edit so that statues are floating and you would fall very far down. Is the dog real or is he made out of cake? He's definitely a type of bread. So again, mimics would be the same kind of thing where they're on a block, and if I can jump from one block to another on the mount, then what's the point of jumping from one enemy to another, right? It would be fun to have something just floating in the air. Target dummies. Do you jump off of a target dummy? I've never actually tried that. You do. Okay, so yeah, we could absolutely use T-edit to make target... we don't even need T-edit, I think. We could just use the teleporter glitch, right? Let's grab some teleporters and test it out. And that means we wouldn't need wiring either. Alright, so if we just throw one of these up here. Yeah. There we go. Alright, I really like this idea. That's it. That's going to be one of them. We're going to have some of these guys just floating in the air. And that'll be a puzzle. There we go. So there's a pretty... It's weird because we're like bouncing all the way... Oh, right. It's the phantom thing, right? Like their ghost is falling down here. I wonder if there's a way I could prevent that from happening. Because I don't want this to hit all the way down here. I want it to hit where they are. There's no way to see their ghost. If I reload the world, does the ghost reset? Let's find out. Well, I could just put them on echo blocks and then the ghost wouldn't fall, but then it's the same thing, like, there's just a block there. No, so the ghosts don't reset. Darn. Darn, that was helpful. So it looks like all of the ghosts are just right here. I forgot that the ghosts are affected by gravity. I know that the target dummy ghosts could be hoiked, but I forgot gravity impacts them as well. Alright, Kishin, have a nice day at work. Hello, hello. Actuated blocks wouldn't work, because you wouldn't be able to place the target dummies on top of the actuated blocks. They would just pop off. You have to make them float either with T-Edit or the teleporter glitch, and that still wouldn't fix the problem because the dummies would fall down, or the dummy's ghost. Like, this is a furniture item, but right here, let me grab something a little bit more precise weapon-wise. So you could see right here is actually, we call it the target dummy's ghost. So like the invisible NPC that you're attacking will fall down. Even though the furniture piece is floating here, we don't interact with it at all. The hitbox for it's actually an NPC, and it falls all the way down to here. And so it's affected by gravity. So if we use actuated blocks, we still wouldn't be able to have that work. They could stand on something that could kill the player, yeah. Wooden spikes would be a possibility. No, I don't think they're ever going to patch the target ghost glitch. It's not really a glitch. It's just the way that they work, because you can only damage NPCs, and that's an NPC. It's just invisible. They weren't gonna change that because things like Diceman X created basically computers, functional computers. You can play blackjack with it and stuff. They don't want to break stuff like that. So it's kind of like hoiking. They're never going to change hoiking. It's kind of just a feature now. If you put them in water, the player can't jump off. The issue with water is that the slimy saddle bounces on water and wouldn't stop me from jumping at all. It will be the same as if I use them in T-Edit, because the ghost will spawn, detect that there's no ground, and just fall. I think the only solution to that would be to be using like wooden spikes or something. To prevent players from jumping on it and putting the spikes and then having the dummies on top of that. Can I not put a dummy on top of a... What? What? This is a block. Why is this not allowed? Why is this not an option? What? How is this not a thing? Can I block swap with spikes? I believe I can. Okay, well, let's try this. That'll probably break it, though. It won't. Why do I have to go out of my way to do it like that? Alright, well, now that way players will be taking damage if they try to jump on this without the mount. And if we limit players' health, then we could prevent players from doing certain things like that. So that is a possibility. Actually, that's probably the only possibility. use water and bubbles instead of dummies. Yeah, we could do that. We could do that and just have floating bits of water in the air. I think a single block would be enough. I don't think you'd just fall through it right away. Yeah, a single block will catch you. So that is a possibility. Might look better aesthetically even. You can't stay, but glad to see me. Well, thanks for stopping by, and I'm glad that you were able to make a little bit and that you're enjoying the videos. I hope you have a good day yourself. So if I get a full-size jump, no, I don't think any amount of height will prevent me from being caught by the water. Okay, so yeah, that might be the solution to that, aesthetically speaking. What are we doing? We're currently designing an escape room for my friends, and the theme that we've decided on will be Lovecraftian steampunk. We're going to be stopping the rise of Cthulhu. We've got some puzzles going on. So we have a maze puzzle that's going to be using yo-yos, rainbow rod, flame lash that can be used in different ways. Enemy guiding, we've experimented around a fair bit with that. We've looked at some potential water puzzles or liquid puzzles, and currently we're looking at, I guess, slimy saddle puzzles. No, we cannot make the escape room unwinnable. That's not fun. Why would you do that? And also, I am currently trying to pay off my rent for the month. So at the bottom of the screen here, you'll see this donation bar. If anybody's able to and willing, donations through this link would be greatly appreciated, but not necessary or not mandatory. Well, we want this to be fun. I'm making an escape room for my friends, not my enemies. Another puzzle, you can use weapons, projectiles, and interesting behavior like meteor shot. Yeah. What other... Alright, we're going to just build this real quick just so I know what I'm thinking about when I see this. Let me finish this thought up real quick, and then we'll move on to something new. And then let's grab a chest. I just need to carry a whole bunch of these on me. And we'll put slimy set on there, so I know what I'm doing. All right. Projectiles. Let's start looking at projectiles then. Sounds like a good idea to me. I keep throwing my plating away and then forgetting that I use plating to build with. Rank, thank you so much for the $6. I hope this helps. Every bit helps. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. And so I'm going to be streaming every day around this time for the rest of the month just to try to get that rent covered. Okay, projectiles. Ideally stuff with unique uses. First thing that comes to mind for you was meteor shot. Definitely a possibility, so we grab that. The only thing that I don't like about this is the fact that we have limited shots. I could add a lot of ammo, but that's not the greatest solution. But we do have something where it bounces. And maybe I'll pick a slower weapon so we can see it better. What else, projectile-wise, has a unique function? Let's see. I could set the wind to be permanent, and then we could grab paper airplanes. So if the wind is frozen, let's say 20 degrees west, then if I throw an airplane this way, it should blow that way, I believe. No? Yeah, no. Maybe not. Wait. Oh, right. It's coming from the west, not going west in this game. Okay. So the other way around. So these do trigger teal pressure plates. It's possible that I could use something with a paper airplane. Teleporter loop, all blocked, but 2. You enter 1 and jump out of the loop. That could work. I think I get what you have in mind. Water, the inner tube, go up really fast. Yeah, so we already have the inner tube over here with potential water ideas for when I design puzzles. So that's definitely going to be a possibility. Beach ball does have unique properties, yeah. I don't know if I want to make players play beach ball in a Lovecraftian escape room, but it's definitely unique. Locked Key, thank you so much for the $50 donation. That is absolutely massive, and it's really good to see you here. I'm sorry that I'm not streaming on Twitch. It's just I'm not happy with Twitch, but it's good to see you over here on the YouTube side of things. Paper airplanes are neat, but wouldn't the wavy arc add some sort of RNG to it? I don't know if RNG would be added if we have like a set, let's say this. I should still be able to. Let's do it the other way. Go over here. If we're up against that and I throw the airplane, okay, so it's not the same every time. All right, I agree with you there. We'll get rid of the paper airplane. I thought it would throw the same as long as I didn't change to the wind direction or speed. If I locked that, it would throw the same, but it doesn't. So yeah, we're gonna axe that idea. Golf puzzle, absolutely, we're gonna be using golf. But that could probably be its own puzzle design entirely. So let's think of what other projectiles. There's a boulder one, right? Like an earth staff or something, right? This guy. God, that's violent. But it is a boulder that bounces around, and it's kind of unique. Very violent. I like and don't like the dirt rod for multiple reasons. So it wouldn't work in this first puzzle design, obviously, because it's a maze. But the problem that I have with the dirt rod is, A, I'm going to be using a lot of dirt visually in the build. And then B, when you grab the dirt, it can go through blocks. What? Really? And apparently just break statues? That alone just ruins the dirt rod for me. Really? It just breaks the statues. Okay, we can't use the dirt rod. There's no way, because if the players playing the escape room accidentally break statues, it's gone. It's gone. There's no way we can use the dirt rod in this escape room if we're going to be using statues. Spectre Staff or Razor Blade Typhoon. Yeah, that would be a lot less violent. It'd be similar to the Meteor Shot, but last a little bit longer. And not the Spectre staff. I think you're thinking of... I forget what it's called. Maybe it's this guy. Shadow Beam. Shadow Beam could be really good for, like, maybe we have to make a certain shape using the Shadow Beam. So I think that should be possible. If we... I don't remember how it works on an angled slope like this. Let's see. I'm going to experiment around with this one for a little bit. What? Excuse me, game. I don't think that should be how that works. How is that how that works? Wreck Bites, thank you so much for the $5. Love the content. Keep up the good work. I really appreciate that. Why is this, instead of bouncing off at an angle, I thought this would just like come right back at me. That is how that works. Yeah, I think that's how light works. Okay, what happens when that then hits? Oh, okay, game. Alright, so what if we have just flat surfaces? How many surfaces can I go off of before it forks itself? I'd have to be very, very particular about how I design this so that you stand in one very specific spot to make it work. But I can make it work. The only problem with that is if I do something like this, the only possible outcome that I could see is that it hits a pressure plate at the end. And if you hit that pressure plate at the end with a magic missile instead, unless it hits a series of pressure plates and all of those have to be done like in a 1 second interval. That could work. That would work. Alright, I'm just gonna write that down. It has a set distance, not bounce count. I don't know if that's true though, because if we look at this tunnel here, that's definitely ending after how many bounce? I mean, it's a lot of bounces, but it's definitely ending after a series of bounces. It only takes 7 mana. This would be a very, very good tool for a puzzle. We're gonna keep it. Let's grab announcement. Did I really delete the chests after saying I'm gonna just favorite it now? Alright. Alright, I really like the Shadow Beam staff idea. I would have to be very, very particular about how I get it to work, but that just takes time. If it had a bounce count, it would end on the wall, not after the bounce. Okay, that's fair. Delete me, I've actually read your message out loud already. You don't need to keep repeating it. I definitely plan on checking out teleporters eventually. That's something a bit later though. And I don't want to do too much puzzle-wise with teleporters just because it's going to be like blinking black it'll look weird. There will be teleporters though, for sure. Shadow beam staff should trigger teal pressure pads, but I guess we should double check. Just to be certain. And let's just grab something to actually trigger. Yep. Definitely works. When streamers read the messages. Yeah, I mean, it is good to know that the person that you're watching is actually reading chat and not just having you there in the background, right? So I get that. I get that. The max bounce is 28 to 30. Yeah, I'm not too worried about the size of it anymore. It would just be me picking a location and then maybe having like different colored actuated blocks placed around, maybe silly balloon or gem spark or something, and say I have to stand here, and I have different blocks, like one there, one there. All these would be actuated, of course, so you could actually shoot through them. Maybe something like this, and when you're standing in between these two blocks, if you shoot at the right beam, it'll bounce in such a way that it creates a pattern that unlocks the door. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Definitely like that concept, though. It's been a while since you caught a stream, because it's been a while since I've had a stream. Good to see you here. Travels around 108 tiles. Yeah, that's plenty to work with. Plenty. Using a portal gun through a set of maze to lure mobs into pressure plates. Yeah, so we could include portals with the mob guiding that we have over here. The only thing is, I don't really want to give players access to portal guns, because that would allow them to break a lot of the map. So I would have to be using portal stations for sure. A 10 out of 10 relaxing place, thank you. So we'll add portal gun stations. We can make it to where the players get to choose where it points and shoots. Enemies can't go through portals, no. But if I'm down here guiding an enemy over here and I shoot a portal up here, now suddenly I'm up here and I create this bridge and it goes that way, and then I do another portal and end up down here. That's a way that I could use portals. But giving them the gun, it's just a little too powerful, because what's to say they can't end up doing something like getting into a maze or whatever, right? I don't know. I don't want them to use the portal gun to sidestep any of my puzzle solutions. So portal gun, they're probably not going to get, but portal stations, I will be very happy to use. The safe house video gave you design ideas for a small town. That's fantastic. Jack, thank you so much for the $10 donation. Thanks for being you. I really appreciate that. That's a really, really kind message. Thank you. All right. While we're on the topic of portal gun stations, I guess we could start looking at different portal gun puzzles. Well, not gun, but stations. My only complaint about the portal gun station is that they cannot be placed on ceilings. You know, like there's some traps, like a geyser. You grab a geyser, you could place it in a block, or you could place it on the ceiling, and it makes sense to function that way, right? I feel like this is something that would greatly benefit from being on the ceiling, so that you could shoot portals downwards. Where did Shino go? Let's see. Shino is currently chilling out on his bed. Small modern house that fits your style. Fantastic. Yeah, I do wish there was a way to remove items from players. If there was like a Minecraft command block and I could just run a command to give a player an item and then remove it when they leave the room, absolutely, I could do stuff like dirt rod or portal guns or gravity globes, anything. I could just keep them in that room. But we don't have command blocks, and unfortunately this is something that I'm just gonna have to work around design-wise, I guess. I mean, I could give them a portal gun and just build the map and make it portal proof. Not only do we have the anti-portal block now, which is great, but that only has one appearance. The only other way to prevent portals from being placed on a flat surface is to kind of cheat and make it not a flat surface. So if we have, let's head over here actually. I hate that I can't hold shift and get my pickaxe on cannons anymore, by the way. I really dislike that I have to just literally pick up my pickaxe to remove a cannon now. Okay, so obviously this takes portals, but if we were to shape this with slopes in any way, like this, for example, this could be one way to prevent portals. Another way is simply by using actuated blocks. So if we have a little bit of that going on and we actuate those, that won't take portals either. So there are different ways of preventing portals from happening, but I want to make this build look really good, and I don't want to have to line every single wall with spikes like this or anti-portal blocks. I don't think that would look amazing, right? It really limits my options. So I'm on the fence about actually giving them a portal gun. Still got to think about that one. Yeah, actuated echo blocks. That's a very good point, actually. The only problem with that is I plan on using echo blocks alongside Spectre goggles to, say, have, like, you know, like this. And then they put the goggles on, and it's like, hi, and there's messages written in echo blocks, right, to help them with solutions. And if I have a whole bunch of actuated echo blocks all over the build to, you know, portal proof it, it's just gonna look horrendous when they throw those goggles on. So it's just something to take into consideration for me again. Oh, you can absolutely paint the anti-portal blocks. And they'll look good. It's just going to limit my texture, right? So if I paint them orange, they'll look a bit rusty. Maybe deep orange. And it's a texture I can work with. But I don't want it to be the only texture. I don't want to have to throw these spikes everywhere. And then again, echo blocks look... I mean, they would be invisible and be fantastic. But if I have puzzles where I write stuff in echo block, then you'll see those when you put that on. I'll think about it. Welcome back. I could just implement rules where they have to put something away after a room. I want to limit those kinds of rules. I want to just have people that play the escape room go in there and do anything that the game will allow them to without a massive list of rules that they have to abide. Because if somebody forgets, then they break the progress, and it could be annoying. I think good map design involves, or good, I guess, puzzle and map design involves playing within boundaries and not making players impose those boundaries on themselves. I am doing well. Oh, if you guys have any ideas for the escape room, feel free to, I guess the best way to get them to me is either post them on the subreddit or tweet them at me. Both of those methods would be fantastic. Or if you guys are Patreon members, then you have access to the private Discord, and you could also just post them there too. Does a teleporter work with the static cook? Oops. Let's get rid of this. I'd probably want to put the pressure plate up on a platform, actually. So I don't know if it'll trigger while I'm on the hook, but let's find out. It will. Interesting. I could keep that in mind and maybe do something with that. I don't know. I'm still on the fence about this. I like the item. I just can't think of really interesting puzzles that aren't just flat out parkour. Because again, I want this to be an escape room, not a parkour map. I have worked with Saban. I don't know about doing a direct collaboration with him, but we definitely worked together with Terraria, and I plan on doing that more with Season 2 and the Minecraft Let's Play that's coming. Maze made out of spikes. Again, I'm trying not to make this a parkour map. I want to make this an escape room. Have them floating around, maneuver around floating lava. Yeah, that's just more parkour. If I wanted to make a parkour map, I'd make a parkour map. Yes, I will still write message with the echo blocks either way. I just don't know how it would look, the rest of the map would look when you throw the goggles on. I want to keep things looking good. Hook of dissonance through lava could be interesting, so that could be like one of our keys. Speaking of keys, we could just flat out have, things to edit. We could just have temple keys. We could have all of the biome keys. Golden keys. I could put stuff in locked chests. All of these locked chests through edit. And players could have to actually obtain these keys. So let's actually go ahead and put these in here. Alright, so we got the static hook in here already. Throw these in here. Did I grab a hook? Yeah, there it is. Just organize this a little bit. So we have a lot of locked chests and one locked door option. And of course, if we use actuators and stuff, we can have unlimited locked doors. We do already know the theme for the escape room. We decided on that at the beginning of the stream. We're going to be going with a Lovecraftian steampunk style. And the goal of the escape room will be to stop the rise of Cthulhu. There might be some references and Easter eggs to maybe some friends or my channel or previous videos or stuff. Maybe. I'm glad you could catch a stream and tell Lucy I say hi back. Your profile picture is Cthulhu, yeah. Okay, so using the anti-gravity hook to dodge an enemy while it slowly dies sounds like a fantastic minigame for like a Terraria map. Or like I make a minigame for other players on Terraria to play. But probably not something I want to do for the escape room. Why did I have the large gems? I talked about wanting to use those as keys. I should probably just put those in here as well. It's also a possible solution to a puzzle. So if I have all of these large gems in my inventory, you can see they show up in a specific order here. I could use something like that specific order as a solution to a puzzle. Why did I grab a gem spark block? Oh, it was from testing something earlier. Never mind. Out of focus, doggo. Yeah, the camera's not happy with him sleeping. Unfortunately, it's kind of like an autofocus thing. I don't know if I can actually get it to focus in. I don't have the highest quality cameras for streaming. Yeah, I've got to... Eventually I'll invest in some high quality cameras for the live streams, but for now I've got what I've got, and unfortunately Sheena seems to be a bit blurry. Sorry about that. If time runs out, I could have the Moonlord spawn to kill everybody. While I love the idea of that, I don't know... Well... If I'm there moderating, I could just spawn the Moonlord. But if I'm not moderating it, then I don't know how to get the Moonlord to spawn. I can't do that through wiring or anything like that. I don't know if I'll do a face reveal or not. I'm still on the fence about it. It's this thing, right? Yeah. I like the idea of that, and it'll probably happen in the video, but I don't know, because I want to make the map available for download for anybody to play it, so I don't know if that's a possibility for everybody else. Is there a way to kill pillars quickly enough with traps? I guess we could whittle them down, and that could be the timer. I'll look into that. I'll write that idea down. Let's see. I'll take a look into that. It might be something that we could design. Snecky, thank you so much for the 79 cents super chat. I do appreciate that. It's probably a £1. The pound is stronger than a dollar. Make a water-based timer. If you don't finish, the player will drown. I will have things that kill the player, but I don't want to kill them too much, because I want them to just be able to focus on trying to solve puzzles and not having to wait around for respawning. So I'm going to very limit how often players can die. Maybe like just 1 or 2 times, if that. There will be some guiding enemies, like you'll have to escort enemies, but I don't think there will be any enemies that players are going to have to fight. I don't want this to be a parkour map. I don't want this to be an adventure map even. It's just going to be an escape room. Justin, thank you so much for the €1. I appreciate that. What kind of computer do I use? I built my computer. So I use a Chaos brand PC. Yeah, I do know how to make the pillar spawn in specific areas by deleting most of the world. Which I probably would do in general. Yeah, I know the Shino cam is blurry. I had some trouble getting it to focus. Shino, make the camera focus on you. Alright, good lie down. Good lie down. Go on. Yeah, my camera's just not cooperating right now, and I do not know why. I'm trying. It's not a high quality camera, it's a pretty cheap one. So, unfortunately, it's purely automatic focus too. I can't manually focus it. Alright, Saren, thanks for stopping by. I hope you have a great day. Swindleless, thank you so much for the 1587. I really do appreciate that. It's really generous of you. You cannot wait for the final map. Well, unfortunately, you're going to have to, because it's probably going to take me a month or 2 to make. Because I'm still going to be streaming, making videos, and doing all that fun stuff in between. Rather see a blurry Shino than no Shino at all. Alright, yeah. Let's see. Where am I right now? So yeah, if you guys are just tuning in, we're currently designing a an escape room to trap my friends in. The theme of it is going to be Lovecraftian steampunk style. It's going to be the goal of stopping the rise of Cthulhu. I do like the idea, the more I think about it, of trying to force Cthulhu to spawn. It's going to take a lot of fine-tuning to see how long it takes to kill the pillars, but if this is going to be a 2 to 3 hour escape room, that should be plenty of time to kill the pillars with traps. So that could work. But yeah, these streams are going to be happening every day around this time until the end of the month, because I've been house sitting and dealing with a lot of family emergencies for the past few months, and because of that, I'm short on rent. So down here at the bottom, you can see that we are currently trying to earn my next month's rent check. And if you want to help out with that, if you're able to, there's the link to the donation right there. And I really appreciate anybody that does, but anybody that's just here to support me and help me make this map, I also appreciate you. Hidden secrets in escape rooms. Yes, I absolutely want to have hidden areas that they'll have to get to. I don't know about optional areas, mandatory ones for sure. The difficult part about that, it'd be a lot easier in Minecraft to hide rooms. It's pretty hard to do in Terraria. Even with the use of teleporters, because they blink in the darkness. So it's pretty hard to do. There is a glitch that exists. I don't know how to replicate it myself, but my friend Blue JT Gaming knows how to make this glitch work. Sheena ran away. Sheena's just getting a little stretch. I guess he's just walking around. He'll be back. But there's a way to make a teleporter get destroyed while still allowing it to teleport. I don't know the full extent of that glitch. I'll have to talk to Blue and see how I replicate that. Once I do, I'll bring it up in the next stream or the stream after that, and maybe even do a video on it. What helmet do I wear? It's actually the spooky helm. So the thing about it is, this is the helmet that my character wears, but I'm using a texture pack to give this texture onto the magma skull here. And the reason I do that is so that I could put head accessories on it. So say we're steampunk here, right? So if I want steampunk goggles, I could just throw those on instead of the familiar wig. And look, my spooky helmet is now wearing steampunk goggles. If I want a beard, type in beard, give myself a beard. That's how my hippie has a beard in the hippie Let's Play. So that's why I'm using that texture pack, but it is just the spooky wood helm. Oh yeah, and I have to wear a familiar wig so that my helmet isn't over there. The glowing eye is not a part of the texture pack. That's the Yorizer spell. This is an item that you can get from some of the boss bags. These guys right here. Only the hard mode bosses though. So anything after the Wall of Flesh can drop a developer set. If you get Yorizer's developer set, these things right here, this is the wings. So these wings go here. Usually they look like this, sparks out of your feet, but I have other wings in my vanity set that override those. And the also give the eye glow, Yorizer spell does. So that's where the eye glow comes from. It works in a weird way though. Depending on how high or low it is in your accessory slot, it'll change the size of the glow. At the very top, there won't be an eye glow at all. Next slot down, you'll have the smallest eye glow, and it gets bigger from there. Much bigger from there. In fact, if I go all the way down, the eye glow is hilariously massive. It's like half the size of your head. I don't know why I'd want that, but That's what it does. So I keep that at the smallest eye glow just because I like the way that it looks. I'm not planning a certain number of puzzles for today. I'm planning a certain number of hours, and we're actually going to be streaming for about 13 more minutes before we end this live stream. That said, I'm going to, once I'm done with this live stream, I'm going to head over to my parents' house, have a late lunch with them, spend some time with them. I haven't seen them for a little bit. But then we're coming back here to the apartment, and then I'm going to have a live stream on the second channel. I might be playing some, I don't know, Legend of Zelda or something. I'll see if friends are interested in playing anything. We might play Roomkeeper tonight on the second channel. So I'll probably be streaming again later tonight, but on the other channel. And if you're curious what that channel is, it's youtube.com/chaoslive. That name will be changing eventually. The channel is now called Chaos After Dark. I just haven't figured out how to change the URL just yet. I haven't really looked into it, to be fair. How many people do you think have used that for Sans? Probably anybody that made Sans, if they know that that item exists. Yeah, I hope to see you guys tonight at the second channel stream. Manfred, thank you so much for the €2, where there'll be secret puzzles with a different end. I'm thinking about having different endings where we do things like kill the guide. You have the option to save the guide or kill him, and if you do, it can affect the ending. I don't want to do too many different endings, but I do think it would be a good idea to have some of them. Definitely. The most live streamers ever responded. Well, chat's not going too crazy right now, so I could actually keep up with it fairly well. What time is the next stream? So tonight's stream isn't scheduled. The second channel, it's just the hobby channel. I do it on my free time. I'm just going to be doing it for fun. I don't know what time I'll be getting back from my parents' house from dinner with them, because I haven't seen them in a while. It'll be nice to talk to them and spend some time with them. So I don't know what time, probably 5, 6, or 7 p.m. Pacific time, but the next live stream on the main channel will be around noon tomorrow, Pacific time, once again. Sarcasm not intended. Thank you so much for the $10. I really appreciate you helping me pay my rent. Love watching your content. You inspired me. I'm really glad that you're inspired by the content. Thank you so much for the generosity. Chat's not going to change because there's a 15-second wait. That is precisely why we have slow-mo in chat, so that I can read chat. If it was just flying by at lightning speed and I couldn't read anybody's messages, then I'm not responding to you guys, and what's the fun in that, right? Delete me. You do not need to repeat messages over and over again. I sometimes will read messages that I don't respond to. I've definitely seen that one at least 7 times. Calamity build challenge. So Calamity is something I'll be playing eventually, most likely. I have some vanilla Let's Play series that I want to do first, including the hippie Let's Play. Actually, I'm just gonna hop over there real quick. Why not? If you guys don't know this Let's Play yet, you get a look at it. So this is the Let's Play series that I'm currently working on. My hippie Let's Play series, where I'm technically a pacifist. And I do things like flying with bunnies. So I have this Let's Play series. Once this is done, I've got another one in mind. And once that one's done, I have another one in mind. And then maybe after that, I'll start getting into some modded content. Calamity, Spirit, I don't know. The possibilities are endless. Actually, there's ladybugs that I want to catch. I'm going to catch these guys real quick. Where did my hatred for the guide come from? It came from playing Terraria in the earlier days when NPCs would open doors and leave them open. Enemies would get in. They would stand in front of chests, and at that time, you couldn't use a chest if an NPC was standing in front of it. And all in all of the NPCs at that time had a use, except for pretty much the guide. I found him incredibly useless because I, you know, could use the wiki for whatever the guide does. So I didn't like the guide because of that. I wouldn't say I hated the guide. I always ended up moving him into some box far away from the rest of my house so he wouldn't get in front of my storage. And turning that, like, I'd box him away somewhere, became locking him in a prison, became locking him in hell, and now it's just kind of a meme. World Tour is going to be pretty basic. That's everything I've explored in the Let's Play series so far. In terms of builds, I've started this area here. We're going to be doing some waterfall features down here. I'm also going to be doing some underground houses, like Hobbit style kind of things on both sides with a bridge in between. I'm going to be doing a tree house over here, and I had a user give a really good comment about having a crashed plane in the tree. I'm going to be doing a small propeller plane in there and trying to hollow it out and fit my bedroom in there. And then these are just temporary houses. If you guys saw the last episode, I needed to get the painter here to move in. These temporary houses will be going away, but I'll be doing a bunch of hippie-inspired houses, like my storage broken down school bus over here, which I had people commenting that the wheel's too far forward on this bus. But I hate to tell you that when hippies were around, school buses' wheels were kind of like the small school buses that had, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of seats. The wheel would be there. So yeah, we're kind of doing that kind of stuff. I want to have like a mushroom house because, you know, hippies and mushrooms. And a lot of nature builds and stuff like that. I might play Hollow Knight on the second channel eventually, yeah. Unfortunately, Blue, I cannot see what your profile picture looks in my version of chat. I just see people's names. I was not alive in the hippie area, so that shouldn't make me feel old. I've just done my research. Hippies are before my time. Ladybugs in the corner. Yeah, I think I spotted them the same time that I read that comment. Hello. Thoughts on Starbound? I had hopes for Starbound, and it was really, really exciting to me in the alpha stages, but then I didn't really like where it went. The building doesn't interest me all too much because I'm not a huge fan of the art style. The world exploration just felt lackluster to me. The bosses were cool, but I don't know, Starbound just had a ton of potential and didn't live up to it for me, so I probably won't be playing it now. What is my favorite build been up to date? That's really hard to answer. I feel like this Let's Play series is actually going to house some of my favorite builds when I'm done with it. I'm really proud of this school bus, for example. Look, you could even sit in the driver's seat still. But I don't know, favorite build. I don't know how to answer that. It's like you picking what your favorite child is. And I know some of you guys could do that. Give a world tour. This is the world tour. This is all the builds that the series has so far. I need to do a lot more building. Other than that, it's just Sky Islands that I've temporarily housed NPCs in so I could get the painter. There's really nothing to tour except for these 2 builds right here. Alright, so we're going to be wrapping up today's stream so I can go have a late lunch with my parents, but I will be back on the other channel later tonight, probably streaming some Core Keepers or Phasmophobia or something. But thank you all so much for stopping by, and thank you guys very, very much for helping out with the rent, with those donations. I really do appreciate it. I should have a new video out in a few days, a couple days. As you guys know, I've been moving to the new office. We're mostly set up here now. Before we go, Shino, let's give Shino a treat. Come here, buddy. Shino, come here. Right here. Good boy. Sit. We'll have Shino say goodbye to chat. Aw, he's a cute boy. Shino, wave. Come on, wave. What, do you want a treat or not? Wave. Wave. Give a big wave. Good boy. Wave. Good boy. Speak. Shino, speak. Shino, speak. He's whispering. I don't know if you guys could hear that. But thank you guys very much for stopping by. Shino is the best boy. I agree. Here, give Nom on a treat for a little bit. You guys have a wonderful day. I hope to see a lot of you later tonight on the second channel. And if not, I hope to see a lot of you tomorrow around noon for the next live stream. You guys have a great day.